thank you. Let's turn back to Commitment 2024 news. Super Tuesday is the biggest election day on the primary calendar. More than a third of all available delegates for both Republicans and Democrats are up for grabs.
North Carolina voters went to the polls to cast their vote. We start with the Republican presidential primary. NBC projected Donald Trump as the winner in North Carolina just minutes after the polls closed. There you see the results, 75% for Donald Trump, 23% for Nikki Haley. With this win, he picked up 74 delegates from North Carolina. On the Democratic side, President Joe Biden took home the win. He picked up 116 delegates. We are joined now by political analyst Brent Nelson. And Brent, what is your takeaway from tonight's Super Tuesday results?
Well, big night for both President Biden and former President Trump. It looks like they pretty much did what they set out to do for Super Tuesday, and that is gather the vast majority of delegates into their own corrals, and they're well on their way to nomination. That is for sure.
We've been talking about North Carolina, it being a Super Tuesday state. Is North Carolina going to play a massive role in possibly picking who the president is going to be?
Well, it's going to be one of the swing states. It's a state that has trended a little bit more blue, so it's a kind of purple state. And the last time around, it was decided by very few votes, and it's looking to be the same this year.
Yeah, now that we've seemed to know who the candidates are going to be on both sides, on the Republican side and Democratic side, stepping forward, what do you expect we're going to see?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Nikki Haley says either tonight or tomorrow morning. She did win one state, and she won about a quarter to 30% of some of these states. So that's a significant number of people who are still supporting an alternative to Donald Trump. But she really doesn't have a path forward. The math hasn't worked out for her for a while. But she had a big stage on Super Tuesday. That stage is going to shrink, and I think she's going to have to make a key decision. Is she going to have the money to go on, and why would she go on? The press and the attention will just move away from her because everyone knows Donald Trump will be the nominee for the GOP.
Yeah.
Brent Nelson, thank you. And coming up in just a few minutes, Brent will break down what's next this election season. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham speaking out tonight on X as Super Tuesday results were called. He said in part, quote, President Trump is on track to not only win the Republican nomination, but be elected as our next president in November, end quote.
So let's turn to North Carolina now in the governor's race.
The stage has been set for November. On the Republican side, Mark Robinson will be on the ballot. Here you see the results. He had 65% of the vote with 87% of all the precincts reporting.
Robinson will face off against Josh Stein. You can see the results here on the Democratic side. With 86% of the votes in, he is at 69% of the vote. Our Ray Urena joins us live from Fletcher, where all eyes are on this race. Ray.
Absolutely, Carol and Nigel. And Democrats here in North Carolina are trying to fend off a GOP trifecta because GOP lawmakers already own both chambers of the North Carolina legislature. Now, incumbent Democratic Governor Roy Cooper is term limited this year and cannot seek re-election. Now, the two men who will look to succeed him are giving out their plans if they are elected this November.
The things that will make North Carolina great, that will take her to her next level of success. What are those things? Those are those important things. Education and our economy. Those are the things we're going to focus on.
My vision for North Carolina is forward-looking and inclusive. It would harness the talents of all of our people so that we can build a North Carolina that is safer and stronger, rooted in our shared values of freedom and opportunity for every person.
And earlier today, voters here in Fletcher waited around 40 minutes just to cast their ballots, and some voters had to be turned away because they showed up at the wrong polling location. But overall, voters says that the process here in Fletcher was very smooth, and the general election in North Carolina is scheduled for November 5th. Live in Fletcher, Ray Urena, WYFF News 4.
Ray, thank you. Also in North Carolina, the race for U.S. House District 11, which covers most of western North Carolina.
2 Republican candidates were on the ballot. Chuck Edwards is the incumbent. Here you see the results with 86% of the votes in. He has 69% to Christian Reagan's 31%. Edwards now takes on Democrat Caleb Rudow in November.
And for the U.S. House District 14, which covers parts of western North Carolina on the Republican side, you can see there 94% of the votes in. Tim Moore with 75%. 2 names were on the ballot for the Democratic nomination. You see there with 76% in. With 61%, Pam Gennett.